Step into the paranormal with Ernie Atwell and David Seiler, brought to you by Paranormal Inc., right here on WLFE DB Radio.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 39 of Step Into the Paranormal. I'm your host, Dave Seiler.
Your boy, Ernie, always sitting beside him.
And always thank you for joining us. So tonight we got a really special guest.
Yes.
From the West Coast.
Yes. Our guest tonight, before we bring her in, she was actually born in Santiago, Chile.
Ooh.
Later on, moved and grew up in Miami, Florida, and now resides in California. One of the places I always wanted to visit.
Well, without further ado, let's bring her in. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
This, everyone that doesn't know, this is Carolina Rimerez. Dave didn't give me a chance to properly tell you what I wanted to say, but I'll forgive him. Dave's had a rough day. I'll let him slide. Carolina is actually a investigator / psychic medium and has been investigating the paranormal for a little better than 10 years. And on that note, I want Carolina to officially introduce herself to everyone.
Tell us about yourself.
Yeah. I have been about 10 years. Actually, it started when my husband and I moved to a Portugal military base, and he was an infantry. And I started to few months after that when we moved. We noticed a few paranormal activities that I didn't know of at first. And unfortunately, I had a baby girl who passed away. But I noticed more experience. And my first a full operation appeared next to me. He was standing next to me while I was breastfeeding my baby girl. And he was standing like this, one arm. And my egg, he left to go to work. And I remember he was wearing the jacket and the patrol cap and everything. But I saw the shadow and I was facing off the wall next to the TV. And I thought it was my egg that I forgot something. But no, this entity now had a jacket and a patrol cap. So, and when I saw it, just like it happened in about, I want to say 30 seconds, and I was like sleepy. But I saw. Then I was gonna say, "Who are you? What are you doing in my house?" But just like that, gone. And I was like, "Okay, what just happening? What is going on?" So I'm like, "Okay." I had to turn on all the light and see, and I went to see the door, and then sure it's locked or it had locked. Sure enough, it locked. It was locked, and I'm like, "How's that possible?" So, and then a few days later, and my baby daughter, she was the baby singer, and I had turned off the lights so I can, breastfeed her. And after 1 hour after, when I woke up, the baby singer it was back on, was flying and moving. But I remembered that I need turn it off. So, okay, that's something going on.
How old, Carolina? How old were you when you?
It was in 2007.
How old were you when you realized that you had psychic medium abilities?
Well, when I was about, I want to say about 10, 11 years old, I used to have a lot of premonition. More often than today. But because of my deafness, because I was born deaf. And at that time, I could speak. I didn't know how to speak.
Mhm.
So, and I was with a speech therapist,
Mhm.
but I couldn't tell my mom or anyone in my family what's going on, what am I seeing. But at the same time, I didn't know, you know, I'm my age, about 10, 11 years old. So it's hard to see and define what exactly was going on, you know. So it was hard for me because I kept it.
Right. Right.
So it was scary at the same time. And many things that I've seen event, but now I got older, I see more like event at the past. I
Right.
cannot see the future. I think
Okay.
that I block myself from see too much of the premonition
Mhm.
somehow. I don't know, but this is how I got it. So,
Wow.
Nice.
and I didn't know that I had that ability until in 2007. That's when it hit me because
Right.
yeah, uh because I blocking myself for many years because I was scared and somehow I couldn't. But when I was about 16, 17, that's when I talk it better, much better. But at that time it was hard for me to tell my family, you know, what happening to me. But I wanted to forget. I didn't not want to break it from the past. But I told my mom, believe it or not, a while ago, about a couple of years ago, I told my mom about it, and my mom was like, "Oh my God!"
Mhm.
So I'm like, she was like very shocked that when I
Mhm.
went through, you know.
Mhm.
But believe it or not, my mom, she can communicate with the spirit during in her sleep. The
Wow.
spirit
Oh,
comes to her while she sleeps.
nice.
Right. That was going to be my next question. Are you the only one in your family that has any sort of gifts, or is it something that's been like passed down from your mom or your grandmom or so forth?
Yeah. So that when my mom told me that, then I realized it clicked to me. It makes sense.
Hmm.
So uh, I didn't tell my family about when my grandfather passed away. I could feel it, the vibration. Even my family are from Chile,
Hmm.
but when I talk with my parents and through my family from Chile, I can see voices from my grandfather. So
Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I have
yeah.
something I want to. Normally, when we interview people on our show, we don't ask any personal questions or go on any personal topics. But I have to ask you this because you and we speak a lot. We've had many conversations. And would you mind telling everyone what your grandfather did back in your home country?
Oh, um, how my grandfather passed.
No, 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 no. What did he do?
Oh, what he do? He was a comedian actor.
Yeah. And
But
then,
That's cool.
yeah, that's why I mostly post funny stuff on my Facebook family. We always joke. And yeah, the camera, fine. I grew up with that. Uh, but unfortunately, my grandfather passed away because he was diabetic.
oh,
So that's why but my grandfather, it was Nicky Man. He used to take me to go to some store to buy some candy. And he used me to hide all the candy. And so we always go back at the house. He usually leave the window open and throw the candy from my pocket. Because
That's
my
funny.
aunt used to charge my grandfather. Okay, let me check. Okay, nothing. And my grandfather's like, shh, don't say nothing. I'm gonna give you some. I'm like, okay,
That's funny.
yeah.
We spoke the other night, and you went on like a brief paranormal investigation. I haven't really spoke to you about it since you went. Can you tell us a little bit about where you were the other night and if you encountered anything?
Oh, but the other night, I'm sorry, what?
Yes. A few nights ago, you went on a paranormal investigation.
Oh, what the other night? I well, it okay. It happened to me all the time. I mean, it any comic goes, okay.
Uh-huh.
So wherever I go and I join a group or talk to someone, I mean, I see the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Because funny thing that I mentioned it to you guys that they deaf. It's hard for me to talk to you guys or anyone in the room, but I can hear from the people from the other side.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because it's like a telepathic, in their mind, they're telling me. So I don't need sometimes the EVP to tell me EVP. It helps, but I use to a lot with the motion sensor. It they tell
Uh-huh.
me. So
Okay.
sometimes I look at my mirror and then I communicate. But also it's very dangerous because it's a portal, it's open, so
Mm-hmm.
anyone can come in. It's hard to get rid of. But I don't like mirror. So when I go to
Yeah,
sleep,
me neither. Me neither.
Yeah.
Me neither.
yeah, I never put the mirror in front of me. So yeah. But like,
Is
I've
it?
seen it. I'm like, whoa, what was that?
Do you
So
feel? Do you feel that it's easier for the spirits to communicate with you rather than a medium that has complete hearing? Is it easier for the spirit to talk to you since you can't hear?
yeah, I mean, I can see them when I go with my team. My team is War Party Paranormal from Miami,
Mhm.
Florida. Actually, they are right now some event with Univision.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah, right now. So I was supposed to be over there with them, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. So next month. But when I go investigate, I see a lot of different spirits. I see them. If they talk to me, if they're telling me, or uh, with some places, I can see a place. Like for example, when I was with my team and I at Bell Place Correctional Facility, it's a
Hmm.
huge place. But
Hmm.
there's one specific room that I saw the man that who was the oxygen mask, and I saw like Ray X a picture. And I'm like, this is room. I see them as some Mac or something. I saw before we went to investigate the room. And sure enough, one of my team found it.
Oh
Hmm.
wow.
Found it, and yeah, it was telling me that uh, he was had problem with the breathing. He got some lung, so like a lung cancer. So
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
yeah.
What all out of all the places that you've investigated, whether you were with your team or whether you were alone, what is one of the most favorite locations you have that you investigated?
Okay. My favorite place to investigate.
Hmm.
Ooh, it's hard because I like those places. Yeah,
Anywhere, right?
I gotta I gotta be honest with you because all the places that I investigated, it helped me to communicate with them. And because I'm a psychic medium, it's my job that I have that gift to guide them,
Right.
to guide them what they are. So every experience that I've had, it made me feel good that what have done to help. So, like for example, we went to it called Riverside Cemetery. There were two girls that who died from a domestic violence.
Oh
And
wow.
there's, yeah, and my friend, her name was Brenda, who unfortunately is not on the team anymore, but she also sensitive as well. And that was my first time joining with my paranormal team. That was my first day. And sure enough, before going there, and I saw the flag, and I see there's a picture of the flag and everything of the girl, about 13, 14 years old. She was like, yeah. And we went there, and I saw that.
Wow.
And then I talked to her, and she like, I asked her, so you feel lost? Because I don't feel like really sad. Yes, she got hurt because of the domestic violence, but also she's a pig, and she's not alone because she found a new friend, not too from her in the cemetery. Another girl who died from domestic violence too, so they became best friends. So I talked to them, and I really enjoy it with them. So that's how I communicate, and also I am a nail technician. A main nail technician,
Yeah.
whatever I touch the person, I get it. So I feel, yeah, my
Yeah,
hair
because
is up right now. My hair is
she
up.
does nails for a living.
Because I sometimes I feel the person, especially the person eye. That's how I channel.
That's what
It,
you told me. Yeah.
right. So when I channel and I see the person event, so and I feel the person, he's telling me someone who passed away not so long ago, and I beat him some name, and when something happening, it's like yes. So like a car crash or accident or health issues. So it's not in the whenever who I am with, the person comes to me, the entity, the spirit, is telling
Right.
me to tell the person, I'm sorry, I have to tell you this. This is this. And they asking the person, and I help them to find the closure.
Right.
So being
Wow.
a nail technician, but also to feel me my day that I
Yeah.
know that I can help them.
Right.
You
That's
know,
good though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's real good.
Helping out is good.
What? I gotta ask you this. What is your favorite paranormal TV show to watch?
well, I gotta say, I gotta say that was overwhelming,
Huh?
scary. It kind of an adventure. That was when I was leaving the port tour at the
Huh?
military base. Let me tell you guys, all the military bases, Navy bases, uh, all the bases, there are very and the most active.
We've
Why?
never
Because
investigated
No, I used to be in the Navy. I don't need to
We've
investigate. I was in the Navy.
we've never investigated a
even
military.
Marine. Yeah, I don't know if you guys, a lot of our soldiers who got back from
Right.
Baghdad, Iraq, Syria,
Yeah.
they bring pictures. Why the first thing you see that every picture they take? A lot of orders.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, but this many orders, that's not good. Because when you develop, if you bring negative and never bring anything from Baghdad, Iraq, never bringing. Because I have a story to tell you guys, and I'm gonna tell you that I met an army wife that
Mhm.
my ex she left. for investigation, whatever, for physical, whatever, for the army, you know. But and I met her, I saw her. I never met her. She never met me. And I told her, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." "You're not sleeping well." "No, I'm not." "You're having a hard time sleeping in your house." "But your house, not your house. I see like a trailer." She was like, "You have a very small kitchen." And I see
Uh-huh.
the curtain. I can see, when I see a person, I can see how they live, what kind of house they live, everything. Or I can pick it up a color. I can even pick it up a smell sometimes.
Oh
Sometimes
wow.
I can pick, yeah, believe it or not. So, and I told her, "Look, all the doorknobs you have is silver." Oh no, I'm sorry, backward. It's cold. And then you have one doorknob is silver. Okay? No, no, I have all the cold one. No, you have next to your bedroom. And then why am I seeing a mirror behind your TV and next to the lamp? It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
You have in a mirror, a big huge mirror, a square. So yeah, I do have it. There's something in there that is feeding you guys, you and your kid.
Oh wow.
Your
Damn.
husband bought something from somewhere. Oh yeah, he just got recently from back from I think about that or something. And then her husband came in. He heard me talking with his wife. That yeah, and they told me we were at McDonald's, so we were eating. So he told me there was an entity, a malevolent one. He's so red. And he told me that when one time it was in the bedroom, I mean the bathroom, he was washing the face, he saw the entity, and he grabbed it in the neck, with the hand.
Oh
Damn.
wow.
So that's why,
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary.
yeah, I'm like, you know what? If you don't mind, if you need me, I can come with you guys and check it out at your house, if you allow me. Like, yeah, please. Okay, so we went, and I told her, let me remind you, or check all you doorknob. And she checking, and then one silver doorknob. Sure enough, exactly the same spot I told her. And
What
she
you?
was
What,
freaking out.
wow.
"How do you know this stuff?" "Because I see you, this is that from through you." Now, when there's a trailer and you go at the right side, the bedroom got the office, but they don't like that. And I felt like correspond. The entity did not like me, so I made a prayer and I blocked it, and I saw the entity I did not like. So,
Mhm.
and I told the people the wife, the kid, do not show fear, because that's how they feed on you. Because
Right.
they find you weak, they're easy for them to get you. So I'm here. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna, do all whatever we gotta do. So, a few days later, I came to the house. I took picture. I spoke it. At that time, I did not have an EVP recorder, but I had my phone, and I took picture and I candle. So I use the candle.
Oh nice.
So yeah, you see the candle, it keep it direction. If you say yes, go light up. You say no, oh, dim down. If you say you like, you make it on the right side. If no, it's on the left side. So that's how I communicated. So I did. So and I had to make a prayer,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw on March, so I cleansed it. So after that, I cleansed it. That's it.
Who?
So
Who do you
it's
think?
a long story. I can tell you a lot of detail, but yeah, that that's
Who do
what
you?
happened.
Who do you think
And
the entity was?
yeah, and I had a lot of paranormal investigation on myself at the military base. I was the only one. So, and they heard my friend, and they tell me, they asked me to come over to their house.
Right.
So that's how I started with that.
Who do you think it was?
Eh?
Who do you think the entity was that you was seeing?
You mean the
The
entity?
spirit.
Yeah, at the house. Who do you think it was?
Well, the entity was from Baghdad, from wherever they came from. And it was from Medina. And
Oh,
Medina, it got connected.
Oh.
So if there was a plaque, I told that you need to get rid of it. When we have to clean it, tie it with the, we need to tie it. But you can
mm,
burn it because if you burn it, make it worse. So you have to contain it. You have to contain it, but you have to attach it. So
right.
Okay.
and I left it with a cross on it. That's it. That's my way. I did it. So
Nice.
that's how I learned it by myself.
Mm,
That I learned it from watching paranormal states.
mm,
So I go hunter. So that's how because they have in my house. I was carrying in my house. I had three spirits. My bedroom was very active. It told me one spirit told me with a male voice like, "Get out." I'm like, "Okay, I'm out. Get out." So
I actually had something happen last night. I wanted to tell you before the show started, but remind me when we
Go ahead,
clear.
tell it.
Now, I'm not going to.
Tell it.
Um, as everybody knows, once in a while I have some things happen in my house. And Friday, it's been a few weeks since I've had anything happen. So Friday, when I get up, I've been off all weekend. So Friday, when I get up, I immediately go to my kitchen table and I'm finishing up working on this damn book. I'm almost done after all this time. I know, really. But so anyhow, I open my computer case and I set it beside the table, lean it on the table, and for the past 2 days, I have been doing nothing but writing. Sliding the chair in and out, eating dinner, dog running around, everything normal. So about 2 o'clock this morning, Stewie was sleeping in the chair that he sleeps in my living room, and I was watching a movie. Well, I heard something hit the floor in my kitchen. So I'm like, now what? So I go out and my computer case that you gave me, it actually was about 2 feet away from the table laying on the floor where it had fell over or been pushed out. Now, could that be explained away because it was leaning up against the table? Absolutely. But it's been leaning up against that table for 2 days with normal activity going on in the room, chairs moving, dinner eaten, and that case didn't move. It wasn't until I was sitting in that chair for about maybe an hour and I heard something. I heard the little things you grab when you zip I heard those hit the floor like a tin sound.
Oh.
And when I turned the light on, my case was about 2 feet out on the floor. So
wow. I have other experiences like my house. I had two houses, no, three houses. I'm sorry, three houses. My first one, I told you that with the full operation, and
mm-hmm.
then I saw the a
Wow.
smoke. It floated in the middle of the air, and my ex and I were watching TV. All of a sudden, on my side, it appeared like a gray, get that black smoke.
I've actually
You know,
had
no,
that in my house.
yeah,
I've seen
and
that before.
Yes, yeah.
yeah, it moved so fast. It was like I was like I. He and I, we need to move our head, just our eye. We saw that it go shh, 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 gone. We were like, turn off the light. Okay, what was that?
I love the
So
face.
like, we were, I thought I'm like, why is happening? So I went to, I would, change the channel, and I saw Paranormal State with Ryan Fuel. I'm a big fan, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. This is what's happening in my house. Oh man, that's not good. Oh wow, that's interesting. So that got me interesting, and I'm like, oh my god. So I might see this and I feel this, and then I went to Facebook, and one of my friends asked me, are you sensitive? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I think so. I don't know. Why am I having all these experiences? You're having more than paranormal experiences
Right.
you have. It's you two. You have
Right.
I think you're psychic medium. You're clairvoyant, I'm like,
Right.
really? So we
Where
started with the
where
king, we picked up the number. And when I picked up the number, it was so close enough. And I was like, oh my God. So that I realized, oh my God, yes. And I saw a spirit in my house because my friend told me how to meditate and how to channel myself to open up, so especially your third eye. That's how it's like you go on the other side, and when you enter the world that you talk to, you know.
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's getting some idea to give you some idea. I don't know if you guys saw the movie Interior.
Mhm.
Okay, where you see the spirit talking to you in the darkness,
Mhm.
Right.
but it's not too bad. It's different, but you talk to them like that. That's how I see them.
We're actually we're actually finishing up a residential case that came to us, and we had to call in one of our friends because he specializes in something else. But he actually was on Paranormal State amongst every other damn
Yeah. So
paranormal show there is. But that made me think of him when you said Paranormal State. Man, I haven't seen that show in a while
every
with
now and then.
Ryan, because that's where Katrina started. Remember?
Yeah, every now and then I'll catch a rerun of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've go ahead, Dave.
So, what is the scariest place you've ever run into?
The what? I'm sorry.
The scariest place you've ever run into?
Uh I went a couple places. Uh okay. I have another story. Believe it or not, I have so many stories, but it's
I know.
the most, and my number one. Be ready. I moved to outpost of the military base. So I moved to a small house, very nice, 2 bedroom, nice, beautiful. I was happy, tried to feel it. Okay, so far so good. But then one night I was sleeping. It's kind of funny though, but I was sleeping on my stomach. My good ear, I was sleeping that way. My left ear, I cannot hear nothing at all. Okay, not even a bird. So I was sleeping there. I saw an entity. Like when you have a dog or a cat. At that time, I did not have a dog or a cat. So I felt the bed like climbing. I'm like waking up, like, and I saw the shadow, like an entity, but it wasn't not a human. He was a non-human. It kind of he had no arm, like
Mhm.
a kind of dog way, horse or something like that. And he
Right.
was telling me on my face right there,
Ooh.
and he go like this to talk to me, and he go like this. I was paralyzed, believe it or not. I was paralyzed. I could talk. I could move. So I pray God. I said, please give me the strength. Let me fight for this. Who the hell is this? So, and I'm like, and when I got the strength to talk in my mind, it's like, who are you? Why are you trying to tell me? I cannot hear you. You're talking the wrong ear. I cannot hear you. You're talking the wrong
come
side
on,
of the
come
ear.
around,
The wrong
come around here. Come around here.
I can move. So like, so I got the power. It's like I demand you. I command you get out of the house. I command you get out of my house. Get out of my house. you're not welcome. So I had to repeat it, and it's like it minimized it. It went out of my bedroom window, like a smoke.
Wow.
And then finally, I could breathe and move. I immediately turned off the light. I went straight to the kitchen. I asked myself, what the hell was that? I opened a box of crackers and started eating myself, like walking around the kitchen. I'm like, okay, what was it? What is it? What was that? So I say, thank God for giving me that friend, Now I know what to do for the next, when I, encounter,
Right.
paranormal, I know what to do. So I spoke with some friend and I told them my story, what happened. So he gave me advice, said, they always have the rosary with you. I always turn around the mirror, Believe it or not, people say, oh, you're a night owl. Yeah, I always sleep at 3. I go to bed at 3, around after 3. So sometimes I go to sleep at midnight, 1 o'clock, but I always go to sleep after 3, 3. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm up
But that's
all
my
night.
thing. Ever since I was a teenager, I always had 3. I don't know why, but yeah,
Hey, Carolina,
yeah.
our cameraman John just messaged in and said you should write a book.
Sorry.
Our cameraman John just messaged into the program, and he said that you should write a book about
Oh, she
your
needs to write a book.
yes.
Okay. Oh well, one day.
Hopefully, it goes quicker than the one I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, you have to help me how to write it because I got I can tell you the story, but I'm bad with typing. Believe it or not, believe it or not, when I came to the U.S., they deaf people, we have a visual memory.
Right.
Mhm.
So when I copy everything, I memorize everything. And there's some teacher, how she cannot speak, and doesn't know how the English, but she can write down, uh, not with the misspell.
Right.
So
You know
well,
what's for everyone that's watching or listening or whatever. What's very, I mean, I am so intrigued with Carolina's story.
Oh, I know. I love it.
I mean, all the years that
Love it.
I've been involved in this, I've never met a deaf psychic medium. But it just, when I sat, because I just overthink everything. But when I sat and thought about it, I was like, your gifts must be so much more enhanced because to me, it would seem like you have total concentration all the time because of the hearing loss. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's just it's I find it so fascinating. You know what I mean? And you get what I'm saying.
Very much so.
There was a point, but that quick I forgot it because my mind goes crazy. But
Well,
Well,
no, it's interesting because when you usually are ghost hunting,
wait a minute, I know what I was going to say.
You have all 5. Ow! I got a shot there. Thank you.
For
All
those
5 senses.
for those watching, Carolina is fluent in Spanish, English, and
it's
sign
on
language.
English.
That's
Well, I can
amazing.
read people's lips. I can read people's lips. So
Yes.
when I was in high school, and high school, one of the friends that I had, a few friends. So and there was a boy asking for a girl that they like. So like, ooh, he's gonna ask her. So, you read lips. So you tell us what's going on. Oh, you wanna get the info? Pay up. You know for free? That's private.
I have to tell this story. When I was very young, I guess early 20s, I dated a girl that was deaf.
Yeah.
And her only communication was she read lips. And we would just sit face to face and have a conversation. You would never know this girl couldn't hear. But I always forgot, we used to go to this nightclub. And my friends and I would go there, and she would come hang out with us. And the dance floor was surrounded by mirrors. So she'd be sitting behind me, and I'd be like this talking to my friend about her. And I forgot she could look in the mirror and read my lips. So,
So I was born deaf that way because for some reason, every one of us has a purpose
right.
Yes.
when we come into our world.
Mm-hmm.
So any person has a unique ability.
Mm-hmm.
For that's why all of us are different, but we connect and we know how we feel
Mm-hmm.
through our connection because we have our brainwave. So the brainwave we have a positive and negative. So that's how we like and dislike. So that's how we learn and accept. So God gave us for the ability. So my ability is that they deaf for me to better connection with the from the other side and help the living and the dead. So that I sometimes I get very overwhelmed by if you get tired forever. So, but yeah. So sometimes I speak Spanish and English is our language, okay? So,
Oh my
but
gosh.
I started to it's because I'm so excited. Ooh, but it is true, and when I think myself, because main empath, I need to focus myself in meditation and recharge my energy, and I think too often what's life, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the purpose of life that we live in. My theory, and I've seen the way I communicate with spirit. People say, "Oh, it's heaven." Heaven, it doesn't exist. Mean heaven is in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
We are the energy. That's
Mhm.
why I say that we have our brain waves. It because the energy, the body we have is like a custom. Okay, so God gave us the earth for us to live on earth, transforming as a human. But we are a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So hell, it doesn't exist. The hell is actually it is right now. This is hell.
That's exactly what I say. I don't even being born and raised and still Roman Catholic, we're taught to believe in hell. And I, for my own personal, I don't believe in hell. I don't feel that. I believe in the devil, but I don't believe there's a hell.
You don't know my ex-wife.
But that's why many paranormal investigators, all different kind of groups, all many, and many of medium like me, what they communicate with them. I've seen it and I've heard it and I've seen it myself. When I ask them, I am in hell. Mean this is hell. So it is the theory. People say hell it go through the fire, the bottom. No.
Mm-mm.
This is right now is hell because they go back the spirit, the entity. They go back here to hell, but they wanna find the closure before they can cross over. But many of them they get lost. They're the other dimension. It's got that the loop. It's like that the loop that we are. They go back repeat. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why uh psychic medium like us, you know, we have the job to give them to guide them, give them the light. So when
Right.
they see I can see the light in me is the star, is the universe. That's where we come from.
Right.
Nice.
So
Well,
God is not a woman, God is not a man, God is not black, not God is not white. God is the biggest star.
hmm,
Okay?
Oh,
interesting way of
wow, I
looking
like
at it.
that.
That's
Very
So
interesting.
cool.
I had that discussion with her.
So we all are stars. So the Bible, it says Adam and Eve, God gave us the human, body to
Mhm.
live in. But unfortunately, our first parent failed. So we have to live like this.
Right.
Based on this, people who had a kid, paranormal investigators, because we all know that is beyond, existed beyond. We know that existed beyond. Okay? So that's how we try to find the answer, find the connection, find, whatever we can, for
Mhm.
many people to find the closure and, you know, and know what to do when we go the next.
Right. Right. Well, Carolina, it is approaching that time where we're almost out of time. Um, we were looking so forward to having you on tonight, and actually, we had to postpone once because it was either work related or weather related. We had to,
Something.
but you are absolutely amazing, and
Thank you. I appreciate
you
it.
should you should think about writing a book,
Yes.
I
and
will.
we definitely want to have you back. We love your stories.
Yes.
We absolutely love your stories, and we love the way you tell them. You're one of a kind. Absolutely amazing.
Thank
So
you.
stay in touch. Plan on coming back.
Okay.
Remember all the stories because we want to hear every one of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Sound good?
Love you guys. Take care.
Thank
Night.
you.
Bye.
She is incredible. Love it.
I love what this is what I talk to her a lot about different things and theories, but having her live, just
That was awesome.
the
That was
expressions that she makes and the faces when she kind of puts me in like mind of a female version of me because I get like real over dramatic with my hand, and she gets like that, and I love it, man. I finally anyway, man, we got something special.
Yep.
If you haven't seen it on Paranormal Inc. page, our next episode in 2 weeks is going to be live from DeVille Inc.
Yep.
That's Tony DeVille's tattoo shop.
Yep.
Now, what makes Tony's shop so special, not that we get, because that's where we get our tattoos, but
good ink too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Tony's tattoo parlor is actually very active.
Mm-hmm.
Very active. It was brought to my attention by Tony, but then we were speaking, this was years ago, with Pam and Steve Barry from Gettysburg, who actually investigated there years ago. And Pam told me, like, to date, that's one of the most active places they've been. That says a lot coming from them.
Mm-hmm.
And
we've been there once.
And we investigated it once for about 90 minutes. And I tell you what, from the time we, fired the gun till we shut it down.
As we were setting up the cameras.
Yeah. And the thing is, we're going to be doing our radio show live from there. Maybe, man, wouldn't it be cool if something happened? Like, you never know. I mean, look, we've had on occasion things happen here. So,
yeah,
we're really looking forward to that. Anybody and everybody that knows Tony knows what kind of guy he is. So, we don't even need to say much more.
Yep. Now, our show in 4 weeks. So that's 2 shows from now.
The 28th of March.
We're going to have to postpone because he's actually going to be in a show. Yeah.
Let me explain the whole story. We have, and it took me a while to get this, but very special guest. You may have seen me on her radio show, Delve In. We have Loren Malloy, who's actually a director and producer for Happy Horror's movie production. And she got her scheduling a little confused, which I do all the time. So
my statement to him is it on the calendar?
We had Loren scheduled for March 28th, but she's going to be on location filming. So we have to reschedule that.
Yep.
So
by the way, we got a late comment for and I see her, she's still in the green room, so I want to make sure she sees it.
Mm-hmm.
That people love her. So we got to have her back.
Also, go on Paranormal Inc. page Loren's going to be putting up some sort of link or something to the movie they're filming. And you can check that out and see all about it. And when it actually comes out and you watch it, keep a close eye. You might see somebody you recognize.
Also, you got to go to the Paranormal Link page because we just posted John McGinnis's new release video. We put a YouTube link up for Tony DeVille, and there'll be lots more coming. So, guys, check it out. So, otherwise,
what else? Oh, we got, man, it's coming close. Paranormal Relief Project.
Yep, we got our tickets.
Yes,
His first flight.
Oh, do you mean them tickets?
Paranormal Relief Project.
I was like, what the hell we need tickets for?
Yeah, your ticket. His first flight. So harass him. Send him crashing videos.
Him and my who's supposed to be my buddy, was busting my balls yesterday about
Yeah, I sent him a video with an airplane with a wheel falling off during takeoff. I'm so evil.
And what was the one Scott sent? Like a barrel.
Yeah, the barrel. I think he said, yeah. So, we're harassing you. So, anyway.
I got a serious phobia of flying, but I have to fly to this event.
He has to, or he can walk.
So, they're kind of him and.
I'm getting him little pilot wings that we give the kids just to be safe.
So we will be flying into
Carolina's down here cracking up. I can still see her in the green room.
We will be flying into Omaha, Nebraska a few days early.
And then heading over to Iowa from there.
Yeah, we'll be heading over to Iowa. We're going to be leading the charge with
Melbourne Manor.
Yes, with Tori Smith and Josh Hurd. Tori's the one that got this whole project together. And her wheels are, I'll give you a hint. Her wheels are already turning for the second annual Paranormal Relief Project.
Love it.
It's going to be badass.
Yep.
Her idea, it's going to be cool.
We're going to have somebody with us. So, yeah. I got
she
a thumbs up.
Nobody out there can see what we're pointing at, but she can see what we're pointing at.
She's down in the corner in the green room still, and I can see her. So, and she's giggling. So, all right, guys. Well, we got to call it a night.
It was fun. Thank you for tuning in tonight's show. I really wanted to get Carolina on here because
definitely
when Dave and I became friends with her, I actually dealt with Carolina for months, like talking about different theories and
you
stories.
Were to our podcast for a while there.
Yeah. And I got to be honest with you, in communicating with her and we were, like I said, we're going over theories and stories and all that good stuff. I didn't know she was deaf. It wasn't until
That's just incredible.
Yeah, it wasn't until I
have a hard enough time with all five senses. It was not only she missed one, she gained another one.
It wasn't until I started watching Carolina's videos and she actually told me. But I was hoping, the main reason we wanted, not only because she's amazing, but I mean, she's a very good friend and such a likable and funny person. You have to follow her on Facebook, man. But when I was hearing her stories and listening to things she believed. And then when I found out about her hearing condition, I was so intrigued because, like I said, while we were live with her, that it just, can you imagine like how like the entity or the spirits come to her and how concentrated it must be? I just found that so amazing.
Focus on that. That's
Wow. I wish I had that focus.
Yeah, I wish I do too.
Guys, thanks again. And we will see you in 2 weeks from DeVille Inc. You definitely want to check that out.
One, man.
Tony's one of the coolest cats that we know. And
might have to get some ink while we're there.
Yeah, I already got my next one lined up. Oh, it's you know what I'm getting?
No. We'll save that for the show.
It's a good one.
Same bad time, same bad channel. Guys, love you, and love you some more. Now, if I can hit the right buttons to get us out of here, I'll be all right. Hey, what's this button do?
You've been listening to Step Into the Paranormal with Ernie Atwell and David Seiler. Thank you for listening, and listen in next week for another topic and more great guests right here on WLFE DB Radio Network.